Hi everyone, and welcome to Take 10. My name is Denise, and I'm so excited to be here. I'm going to be the one that's taking you through these video lessons. Raise your hand if you've ever heard of Take 10 before. Awesome. And if you've never heard of it before, that's okay. Take 10 is all about dealing with conflict, handling bullies, understanding our emotions better, and ultimately figuring out ways that we can all get along better, okay? So in this video, we're gonna do a little introduction, and then we're gonna get right into chapter 1, talking about conflict and violence. All right, so as I said, my name is Denise, and I am going to be the one going through these videos with you. So I'd like to share a little bit about myself. So to start, my favorite snack is ice cream, specifically chocolate ice cream and peanut butter ice cream. I love to read. I love to play volleyball, especially sand volleyball with my friends. My favorite season is the summertime because I love the sunshine. And last but not least, I have a brand new kitten and I'd like to show her to you, okay? Just 1 second. All right, this is Miso, and she's only 5 weeks old, and I just adopted her, so I thought I'd show her to you all so you could meet Miso too. All right. All right, so now that you know a little bit about me, we can get into chapter 1. So the first thing we're going to talk about is conflict. Many of you maybe have heard of this word before, but the definition in Take 10 that we use is conflict is a disagreement or a problem between two or more people. And oftentimes when we think of conflict or problems, we think that they're a bad thing. We want to avoid them, we don't like them, but I want to challenge you to think about conflict differently. It's not always a bad thing. In fact, it's a very normal part of life. I disagree with lots of different people in my life, and that's totally okay. For example, a conflict can be as simple as me hanging out with my friends and we can't decide on what movie to watch. That's just a disagreement, and therefore it's a conflict. And I want to talk about how conflict can lead to a good thing, okay? So once again, conflict is simply a disagreement or a problem between two or more people. And then the second word, let me uncover it here, is violence. So normally when we think of violence, we think of physical harm, something that can leave a bruise or that can hurt us physically. But in Take 10, we talk about how violence is anything that harms or hurts another person, yourself, or the things around you. So that means that violence is not just physical harm, so it's not just punching and kicking and hitting. It can also be things that hurt people, so it could be saying mean things or hurting people's feelings, okay? So to practice these new words that we've learned, I would like you to watch this video. And it's a short little video, but in the video, I want you to see if there's any conflict. So is there any disagreement or problem between the characters in this video? And is there any violence? So remember, that could be physical violence, or it could be hurting someone's feelings possibly, okay? So let's watch this video and try to look to see if there's conflict or violence. Oops. All right, so that was kind of a silly little video, but it can help us understand the words conflict and violence better. So did you notice the conflict in that video? The moose and the bear were walking across this bridge, but they ran into each other, so neither one of them could pass. So that's the problem that's happening between them. And then was there any violence in this video? There was lots of violence. So for example, the bear growling at the moose, that would be as if someone was maybe shouting or yelling mean things at someone. So that can definitely hurt someone's feelings, so that's violence. And then also when the bunny and the raccoon came up, they did not do very nice things and they kicked them away, right? So those are examples of conflict and violence. And then in the second half of the video, the bunny and the raccoon also ran into another conflict. They ran into each other on the bridge and were trying to pass each other. But they did something different. Instead, they solved their problem without using violence, and the raccoon ducked down so that the bunny could jump over, and they both went on their way, right? So these are some examples of what conflict and violence is, and these are important terms that we need to learn when we move forward throughout the rest of this series, okay? So in Take 10, we do not want to use violence to solve our problems. It never makes things better and it always makes things worse. So we have a helpful little slogan to help you remember other ways of handling conflict, which we can talk about in more detail later, but the slogan I want to share with you today. And the slogan is talk it out, walk it out, wait it out. Can you say that with me? Ready? Talk it out, walk it out, wait it out. Good job. So these are 3 different ways that we can do the opposite of responding with violence. So these are ways that we can handle our conflict. Now all of you should have an activity journal, and in that activity journal there's lots of different worksheets, and the one I'd like you to work on today is titled Chapter 1, and it has the Take 10 slogan on it. Talk it out, and then below it it says walk it out and then wait it out. And for each of these parts of the slogan, I want you to draw a picture of what it looks like to talk it out. So that means to use your words to solve a conflict, to walk it out, which means to walk away from a conflict, or to wait it out, which means take some time before dealing with the conflict. Okay, so after this video is over, I'd like you to get out your activity journals and draw a picture for the Take 10 slogan. Okay, so that's everything for this video. Next week, I'm going to see who can remember what the Take 10 slogan is. It was great to meet all of you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.